Welcome to A Toy Kind of Mood, episode 17. We made it here, folks. Today's episode, we're going to be covering all of our plunder, our awesome deals, any catches we got during the past couple weeks. I do want to, if you do like our videos out there, make sure you hit subscribe and like. Please like it so we can continue doing our videos. We have a lot of content to show throughout the year, a lot of more toy news. It's 2021. You can find us, our Toy Kind of Mood Twitter handle is @ToyMood. Our Instagram is @a_toy_mood. And my Twitter is @RonBertles. And of course, you can like and subscribe and look us up through God Hates Geeks. And you'll see our postings here. We're going to be having it underneath. So let's jump right in, folks. Weekly Plunder Show and Tell. Robert, you want to show what you got over the past time here?
Yeah. So in the past 3 weeks, I got, and actually the Kevins helped me out. The Kevins have helped. The Kevins. So first off, I got this bad boy right off the bat. Our very own KJ, right next to me, send this to me. Lovely wedding gift because no one can get it, and probably in a year it'll be just as expensive as every other wedding gift. So you know what, KJ, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. My fiance, shockingly enough, was not as impressed as I was. She goes, "He's ugly." I'm like, "That's the point, honey. He's burned." And then while I'm talking to KJ here, the deal, actually, this is about about a month ago now, the Overstock deal that he found. Now, I didn't get Nick Fury, but I got Blink. Just because I think she's an awesome character. I loved her in AOA, but I wasn't spending $20 on her. But I will spend 10. So if you can still find her, get her. She's wonderfully posable. I love the teleportation ring she comes with.
Yes.
And she's actually, unlike other females, she stands on her own. Literally, she stands. Now, the other Kevin, I can't find him here.
Oh, okay. I'm so jealous. I don't have the Battle Armor Skeletor yet either. That's the one that has a kid, and I can't find him anywhere.
Can't find him.
That's a fun.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. I found one Panther. I'm like, no, wait till Kevin gets in. And once again, this is stunning.
Yeah, we'll have to give a shout out to K Wish for that find for you.
Oh yeah. But this, I mean, it's the fact that he has a frowny face makes the figure all that much worth it.
Nah.
Currently, man.
The sassiness of that character. So yeah, that was my plunder, and I have to thank the Kevins again for both of them.
Right. Speaking of Kevin, we are joined again by our apparently alum host, which is the co-host guest. He's doing awesome. The one and only KJ. What do you got for us this week, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for having me once again. It's always good I'm always in a good mood when I'm with the fellows of A Toy Kind of Mood. So yes, weekly plunder. I always look forward to showing off the mail hauls, just to be like, it's one step closer to the collections being complete. It's great getting these deals. I'm a budget collector, so I'm always looking for deals. I'm always posting to you guys or to other friends of mine. It's great. So
yeah, we've all made out pretty big with all your sales from Transformers deals to other things. So you're so awesome.
What? Thank you. We're all awesome. Everybody's awesome. It's like Lego Movie 3. That'll be But let's get into it, shall we? All right. So starting off, Thrawn from the Archive series. Now I got also Hoth Han and Hoth Luke, but this guy right here, I've been wanting in 6-inch scale at the Black Series for a long time. And if you've been watching Mandalorian and everything else, you know there are big things happening for this character along the way. So I'm very excited about that. And part of collecting is keeping your finger on the pulse of pop culture, right? It's like there's certain things that we love. It could be the Chris Nolan Batman movies. It could be the Marvel films, that kind of thing. For the longest time, there was a 2-pack of WandaVision that was on sale at GameStop. And it would have been nice. It's like, I don't need it. watching the show is like, why didn't I get that 2-pack?
Right. I think a lot of us slept on it too, and that was. I mean, I've seen it go down in price 2 or 3 times from GameStop or Amazon, where it was. So, and I still slept on it too.
It's like all the great photography that you can take with those 2 figs. So it's kind of like stocks, shout out to GameStonk. Yeah, it's you sort of want your collection to reflect your moods, your how you feel about things in certain points in time, especially now with what's going on right now. It's been a very bright spot in a dark period. So I got all those. This next one is Fortnite 8-Ball. Now, the thing about Fortnite from Jazzwares is that it's all these great zany designs. You can sort of look at it right here. Like Meowscles has been very popular. Agent Peely, I got a couple of the 4-inch scales, and I'm trying to get some of these 6-inch scales. I do not play the game. I probably played all of 2 minutes of Fortnite, but I love the designs. They are fantastic. The only thing about the Fortnite figs right now is a lot of them are not available for shipping. And during the pandemic, especially here, like in places like Los Angeles, where we have our own variant that's causing a lot of havoc, it's risky. Like if I'm making an essential trip, if there's certain things I need to get from a Target, then
is 8-Ball on that need to get list?
But here's the thing though, that's when you want to rely on friends. So this was actually procured for me by a friend of mine on another chat group. And I gave him a finder's fee, like a cup of coffee just to show thanks. And like he was already out. He's in a safer part of the county, safer stores that are not as dense as mine, let's put it that way. And he grabbed it and got it for me, and now I have it. So it's good to like just ask around. Ronnie, I sent you that 2-pack of NECA TMNT, but if you just waited, you probably could have saved a few bucks, but I still appreciate you all the same.
No, well, I mean, we'll go into that after. But I mean, I can't get it here. It's not no NECA. We've said it before. You can't get them on the East Coast, especially Mass. They don't even carry them.
Okay, well, we do what we can. So earlier I had put up a little document to be like, hey, let me know what you guys want, because I'm not always going to be out there. I got one wrestling figure for another member of the chat, so he's going to be getting that later. Speaking of that, so this right here, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Red Hot line right now. Red Ninja, this is probably one of my favorite figures in the line. I have 6 of these. I have a full case, but I got the 6 from our good friend Michael Vlad, and I traded him a Cobra Island roadblock. So for the longest time, roadblock was kind of what you would call a peg warmer, but as all things G.I. Joe go, they went very scarce when it was all said and done. So you can't really find roadblock anymore. You would have to go to the sites, to Mercari, to eBay, that kind of thing. So I said, look, I'm still looking for this Red Ninja. I refuse to pay a cent more than retail. That's kind of like a sticking point with me in the Joes. Yep. I probably paid triple for the Trooper, and I'm not doing that again. But I will trade. So I have my extra roadblock that I was going to use for customs. And I was like, you give me the Red Ninja, I'll give you roadblock. So once again, there are ways, and if someone's offering you a fair price, that's one thing. Yeah. But if someone's like, I want $80, I want $100 for the Red Ninja, bump that noise. Like, make a deal.
Right, yeah. There's no reason to pay that much markup, especially when you have a group like ours. Sometimes some people find them, and the secondhand market is insane.
No, it's the times, right? Because there was like, when I got the Cobra Trooper for $60, it's like, I can understand that. Someone's like, you need grocery money, that kind of stuff. Like, I've never been put in that position, but I have taken things back before for grocery money years ago, like in the first crash, 2009, 2010. It's like, you do what you have to, right? But some people aren't doing that. There's not.
No. And I think a lot of us, especially in our group, where we kind of we go in the frenzy of pre-ordering because things aren't going to be available when it comes out, and a lot of us have canceled pre-orders because after we think about it, we're like, do we really need that? Or things get delayed for months ahead, and you're like, do I want to wait that long? Will I even have the money then 6 months down the line? So I think we've all kind of dabbled in that sense of it here and there, especially being in our group.
And there's some things where maybe it's not buyer's remorse, but it's like sort of like you're skipping it, like a skipper's remorse. I don't know. So like the She-Hulk looked amazing, skipped it. Maestro looks great, skipping it. right? Getting back with the Joes, they have a great Fortnite G.I. Joe collaboration, 0 Point edition of Snake Eyes. And it looks awesome. I didn't want to pay $40 for it.
Yeah.
But I did. I pre-ordered it. And they're like, a lot of people on chats or groups are like, I got 2. Why? Because they're probably going to keep one in box, or they're going to flip that other one. Because it's going to go 100. It's going to go to 150. That's where it's headed. So it's like, do you even want this? Or do you just want what you're going to get from the flip? I think there's an impetus in some groups that we need to take another look at the behavior, the temperature of collecting. It's like, and like really making sure it's coming from a good, because it can get polluted.
Exactly, definitely polluted and convoluted in a way where, we talked about last week how Hasbro's attempt to fight the bots. That helps us get figures, but you can't fight people when they're buying the max amount through multiple accounts and then reselling them online. I mean, we've been fortunate. We have a pretty good community among us that, we've all kind of hooked up each other here and there, and we'll get into that a little more. I will for my finds. But what you got? Show us there, KJ. What else?
So I'm excited about this. This actually represents my very first unboxing. So
well,
how's that? I feel like Rafiki. It's like here. All right.
So like a stop motion.
Yeah, it was. It was like one of those 80s, videos. There you go. Now it's better.
Got it.
So here's the thing about McFarlane Toys. He's been in the game for a long while. Halo, the McFarlane military series, Call of Duty, Mass Effect, you name it, right? Spawn, goodness. So what he's doing with DC Multiverse is that he's taking all his cues from the comic books. Even the most recent Batman Beyond fig that he's doing isn't really from the animated series. It's from the comics.
Yeah.
So when G.I. Joe started doing their thing in the 80s, toy companies could only advertise for so long. Like you couldn't have a full commercial for a toy, but you could for, say, a comic book or something like that.
Or an animation.
So what they did was they did the animation for the comics and so on and so forth. And then people were like, whoa, what's that? And then one thing led to another. So those comics ended up selling the toys, but it was a great property because they all helped each other. The cartoons, the comics, the figures. With this, this is something where the toys are actually selling the comics, because once I started getting this, and it was really this right here, this Bat Cycle, that brought my attention to the brand. And
it's gonna be like a slow-mo reveal. You ready? Yeah.
That is nice. I've seen it in person. It is stunning.
It is so great. And
I'm all leaning in. It's beautiful.
It is.
And I'm waiting on the Death Metal Batman figure right now. It's held up by winter weather, c'est la vie, it happens. But yeah, just look at that detail. Look at the sculpt. Look at what's going on with all this. No, yeah, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. Where's your Bat Cycle? Where's your
Bat Cycle? I had one in my hand a long time ago and I put it back. Maybe. It was gone. I never got it.
No, it is fantastic. I can't wait to put that figure on that. And I like that Death Metal Batman because it actually comes with a thigh swivel for once. I wish all these McFarlane figs had thigh swivels. But I like the figure so much that I actually started getting the comic books. So like,
the book's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the artwork is fantastic.
Well, I mean, Greg Capullo.
Right. Scott Snyder.
Right.
But and here's the thing that you kind of mentioned about McFarlane is the fact that Greg Capullo did Spawn for forever with McFarlane. They're friends. So
yeah, he's taking that artistic styling and putting it into the new Batman. It looks phenomenal.
Exactly. So this is great. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
That's so awesome.
Best stuff ever. So
I like the saturation of red too. They do that with that artist specifically does saturations of scenes. So if it's like a very intense scene, you'll see saturations of reds
Yeah.
or blacks. And if it's like more of like a light or a hopeful scene, you'll see saturation in the background of more white. You know, I'm big into comics, so like things like that.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize that it's like a mood setter, it's literally like a film.
Yeah.
You know, it's the backlighting on a film, but except he's putting it on the page.
And I mean, just to kind of pick up what Joe was saying about, I mean, Snyder and Capullo revolutionized Batman for the past decade. I mean, they really have. And sometimes, you know, I wonder what Snyder or someone like Hickman are, what they're on just to get to this place. I like Batman. I mean, Snyder started Batman with like the Court of Owls, and now he's like death metal, you know, multiverse of like evil Bruce Wayne. You're like, where did this come from? And you're like, whatever he's smoking, I would like to try just a hit, just to see what he's on. I mean, let's just be real here. I mean, him and Capullo are up there now with like Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams. I mean, they've created this world for Batman that you're like,
yeah, it's an alternate verse in a way. You know, don't mind my corniness, since we all have multiverses and different things like that, Flashpoint, whatnots. But I like it. It's a darker version of of Batman, and like you said, a lot of those variants. The one that's green, I forget what it's called, but it looks like almost like the Riddler inspired. What is it?
I think it's Murder Machine.
Yes, that one's phenomenal.
Yep.
I want that one. That one's on my list if I ever see it and to find it. But anything else? Anything else you want to show today, Kevin? Or
yeah, the green one is actually, I think, Dawnbreaker. I believe that's the
Dawnbreaker. Yeah, the one where yeah,
it's like almost like a gargoyle with that green gargoyle or something.
Well, it's the Green Lantern bats.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But last but not least, the Ghostbusters Plasma series got released by Hasbro, and it was supposed to be in conjunction with Ghostbusters Afterlife, which unfortunately was postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So as much as I wanted to get those figures, I didn't want to take away from other lines that I was collecting. Lo and behold, GameStop of all places had the entire wave just about on sale, nearly half price, about $12 a figure. So here is Winston Zedmore. Now,
awesome.
As a Ghostbuster, for obvious reasons, he's near and dear to my heart. He was probably one of my first Black sci-fi nerd heroes. But I wanted to show this off in particular because this is another thing that was affecting the Ghostbusters Plasma line for unfortunate reasons. So if you had watched the Spectre creative video, which also featured Bobby Vala of the new Valaverse Action Force line that's coming up, they talked about the G.I. Joe Classified series as an orphan SKU. So it was a satellite side product that was supposed to be the main feature of something else. So Classified series was supposed to be linked up with the Snake Eyes Origins movie.
Yep.
That's why if you see these numbers behind me, they go from like 14, 15, and then all of a sudden they jumped to 21 and 22.
Yeah, those are the ones they didn't release because of the show, right?
Exactly. They were supposed to be the movie Snake Eyes, the movie Storm Shadow, the movie Scarlet. We almost got the movie Scarlet. It was up on pre-order on Amazon. They're like, whoops, sorry about that. And they took it, right?
Yoink.
Yeah. So it only gets so much real estate, and all these targets across the country classify this plasma.
It's like he's pulling a Ron, remember?
The thing is, you'll always find those. So what was a sticking point with me was that Winston here is the only one with a proton stream. So if you want all 4 Ghostbusters, which I have, I bought the entire full wave. But if you want all your Ghostbusters to have proton streams, you have to buy 3 more Winston Zedmores and then either customize with the pieces or sell them loose on eBay or Mercari. So
such a bad move.
Yeah, it really is.
So one of the things I want to talk about very quickly are some of these bad faith tactics that we see from mainly companies like Hasbro. Not everyone does this, not like Mattel or something like that. If they do, they won't last long. Like McFarlane's very lucky; he's killing it with DC Multiverse right now.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to recoup as much money from these expensive Disney licenses like Marvel, like Star Wars and everything else. Then if this character only gets a gun, this character only gets like a spare hand or head, then G.I. Joe doesn't get the ton of accessories that we saw with Cobra Trooper
right,
or kind of accessories for these Ghostbusters. Every one of these Ghostbusters should have a ghost trap. Every one of them should have a proton stream for their proton wand. I'm lucky they all come with their proton packs. If they really wanted to be cheapskate, oh yeah, you want proton packs? 3 Peter Venkmans for those, like that kind of thing. Like one of them Slimer. One of them should come with this or that.
I'd more accessories. I mean, they almost pulled the Build-A-Fig route. I feel I've always had a problem with Build-A-Fig because why not just give us the figure? Instead, you got to buy 8, 9, 10 guys sometimes in order whatever it is in order to build the fig that you want. You know what I mean? If you want Juggernaut, you got to buy every figure. Why not just even mock him at a premium price? I'll pay $10, $15 more because he's a bigger figure. But just give me the damn fig. Don't make me buy everything that I don't want in order to get the one thing I want.
I mean, on that. I mean, yeah, I've got so many Build-A-Figure just parts laying around that I don't like, and I've put together 2 complete Build-A-Figures, and that's because I actually liked the entire line. It was amazing. It was the Sentinel, which I still have. Yeah. Not that one. I've got the original Toy Biz. The Toy Biz. Yeah. And then I like that one because I just have him giving a permanent middle finger to all the mutants. And then Juggernaut, which I sold, but I just wanted the figures. I had the Juggernaut. I'm like, this is cool, but I've got the Diamond Select Juggernaut, which I think is cooler looking.
Yeah.
So but I've got parts of Stiltman, which I probably won't ever complete. I've got parts of Onslaught, Apocalypse. I'm like, I don't need any of them.
Yeah. And then if you miss, say you do want that fig, but financially, I didn't have the money when Juggernaut was out. I wasn't collecting, Marvel Legends. You can't try to find those figs now because they don't really re-release them with the packs. You're buying them usually secondhand. You're paying crazy money if it's an older fig and you want to complete that fig. You need 1 or 2 pieces. You're gonna pay $40, $50, $60 a figure sometimes on eBay, whatever.
Good luck with Fin Fang Foom. Yeah. Oh, okay. And I did have a Super Scroll, which wasn't really anything big. It was kind of cool. It's cool, and I have him fighting Captain Marvel, but it's not the Sentinel. It's not Juggernaut. It's a figure. That one should have just been the 5th or the 6th figure in that series.
In the line, yeah.
In the lineup.
One of the smallest Build-A-Figure waves is actually the Hitmonkey Build-A-Figure. So Hitmonkey
is
in its scale, and it's like, are you guys nuts? Like, a lot of us are fans from that Deadpool one-shot, sure, but you're gonna make us buy all this stuff. And later on, not only did they release the Deadpool and Hitmonkey 2-pack, but if you go online to eBay stores.com/Hasbro Toy Shop, you can still get that 2-pack for half price. Like I said, budget collector. I have plans for that. It's gonna be hilarious. But also the Juggernaut was also re-released as a Colossus Juggernaut 2-pack. You can find that on Big Bad Toy Store, maybe a couple other places. I paid $50 for my loose Colossus, and I wish I had waited, but that's okay because I got what I wanted. The point is that if you're not going to play fair ball, then budgeters like me, budget collectors, we're going to move on. So it took the Plasma series to be half price for me to be like, I love Ghostbusters enough that now that it's at this price point, I'll go ahead and get it. And I'll use dental floss or paper clips for proton ones because I'm not paying for these extra figs.
Right.
But just give people their value, and fans speak out loud. We know about what happened with Microsoft and Xbox. They tried to hike up the prices, and we're like, we're gonna bail. And Microsoft's a massive company, but they're still like, whoa, okay, we'll stop.
Yeah, they tried to do that with the next gen or current gen games, with the price increase. Sony still's doing it, and still EA Games, they don't let it fool you on I mean, a whole different show we're talking about, but they still charge $70 for next gen games, certain companies, even though you're an Xbox, even though Xbox came out and said, Microsoft came out and said, no, we're not going to allow it. I just paid $70 for the new Call of Duty because I wanted it for my new gen, current gen system. But is that a close out your show and tell today, Kev?
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to Geekdom Games Cast. They'll talk more about this kind of stuff that we're talking about right now. But there's a lot that's going on into the collecting here in 2021 and the life of and the culture of collecting. A lot of it is about reaching out to people online through social media. You never know who you'll meet. You'll never know who you'll connect with, and how you'll streamline and refine your own collecting. So
that's exactly. I mean, we're fortunate enough again to have a great community amongst our friends and followers that we've created here on our A Toy Kind of Mood chats and our Facebook page, and Again, if anybody wants to join any of those, feel free, you know where to look at on our social media pages.
Yeah.
But me wise, I mean, I got some stuff to show. I got some plunder. I know we talked. I already showed you my Batman death metal. I'm gonna go into let's see here, something I picked up for the maestro, the editor in chief himself.
Yes.
Good old Halo.
That's awesome.
Now anybody out there, if you have a Walmart near you, I've seen, I mean, it's hard to get, but you might be able to. They're on clearance at a lot of the Walmarts. They're on shelves. They're not showing that they're on clearance. They had a clearance price probably like 2 weeks ago, and I picked up one for myself. I went back the other day and I seen the same figs that I just paid $9 for on the pegs with the $20 price tag or whatever it is. I said, wait a minute, I just got that same fig for clearance. So I pulled them off the shelves, went by a scanner. They're still on clearance. So my Bobber, this is coming to you, my friend.
I love the fact that I waited just a little bit longer and got just a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, right. So that was one thing I found.
Perfect.
I did get myself one. I already had Master Chief, but this time around, if I don't knock everything over, I ended up grabbing this guy. I actually unboxed it. Awesome. Again, $9. It comes with extra heads. You see all the accessories that they always come with. They also come with the new, whenever the hell the game launches, the new Halo Infinite has a code in every box. It gives you some kind of customizable something or another. We don't know what it is because the game ain't out yet. Who knows when. But these are the heads. You get alternate head, the weapons, the hands. Now, we had, KJ, you had mentioned about posable hips for the Batman. One disappointment, and I really hope you strike in a miss on this possibility, Robert, but he has a posable hip too. It's called Wonky Ass Leg.
Yee.
Damn.
Yay, let's play kickball. Woo woo. So, I mean, you can see it. If I even put it, you can see how much it drops. It's like, it's like an NFL kicker having drop foot over here, But it still stands. I'll give you that. It stands on it as long as the other leg, because the posable, they have actual posable, everything's posable. I mean, this the ankle, knee, shin. I mean, there's like 8 points articulation from hip to toe.
Yeah,
so but I've made it stand. What'd you say, Kevin?
It still needs to be solid,
Yes, I mean a little bit of wall tack there. That putty there, put it in the joint, it'll be good to go. But still, I shouldn't have to. I got it on clearance. I ain't bid it. If I paid I'm sorry. If I paid $30 for it, I'd be pretty pissed. Moving on.
True.
Good moods. Another Walmart clearance find. Bam! Transformers.
That's cool.
I found this for $12 on clearance. Only one, and I found it on a shelf somewhere. So it was sitting amongst like dolls or something, and I ended up finding it. And I said, let me scan it, and I scanned it because everything seemed to be that was misplaced and everywhere was clearance, and it was marked down to like I said, like $12, $13. The $12.97. Well, Walmart always gives you that wonky number. But that's that. I finally got in the mail from Hasbro Pulse. Garbage, because they usually delay everything. Bam!
Oh, I love that
86 line. I'm so happy.
I love that.
You get that glare off. Yeah. I mean, he's a beautiful fig. The box art is cool too. It's a Studios 86 series right out of the anime we had as a kid. Who am I kidding? Cartoon. We're trying to adult things out by the anime. It's a goddamn cartoon. We loved it.
It's true.
Right? I got one more Transformer to show. This one I found as well. This one was on the peg right next to the Halo figs. Again, it was on clearance, only a couple dollars off. It was $16 instead of the 19 or 17, 18 it is. Like $2 off, but still, it was the only one they had. Bam! I haven't told anybody about this yet. Bumblebee. This is a exclusive showing because I haven't even showed this to the chat. I wanted it to be a surprise.
Damn, that's nice.
It was the Bumblebee, and this one it was on a peg. It wasn't actually a Fortnite peg. It was like Fortnite figs, and it was sitting there, and I'm like, somebody put it in the wrong spot, and I ended up grabbing it. I was so happy about that. But the story with the first Transformer I showed you was funny because there was an employee walking around stocking up the toys, and the toy aisle was pretty empty. Of course, I go, when they pull out the pallet, you can tell by the boxes, the codes. If you're into that, you know what's in the boxes, or the Transformers or McFarlane's. He didn't have anything that was going out that I wanted to collect, but he did just stock up the Barbie stuff. So behind, and I noticed it because I seen one of the Barbie boxes would move, so I moved it with my foot. And that first Transformer I showed you, the leader, she was stuck behind Barbies, and I'm like, It was on clearance. The guy just stocked it. The kid. I mean, he had to put it there. I mean, he just stocked everything. It was like jam-packed Barbie stuff, perfect. And he just walked out of the house. I'm like, I got you, boy. I'm getting it. Thanks. I should have held it by him and go, cha 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 cha. As I walked by. I wasn't that guy. So moving on to my last thing to show today. We already talked about it. KJ, doesn't matter if you can get it on shelves now. I cannot, and I never will, because Targets here in the East Coast suck. They don't want to carry NECA anything. It's not a NECA here in the East Coast. And of course, this is amazing.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yes, it is. I mean, we've seen this 18 times by now by everybody on our chat, or everybody that's been on our show seems to get one at various times.
I can't find them, but I don't.
Right. I mean, the box is awesome. And it's in, your boy shipped it to me, KJ, and he did a phenomenal job. It was bubble wrapped, extra secure. I mean,
KJ does an amazing, both Kevins, once again, do an amazing job shipping.
Yeah,
you guys are the archangels. You are muted, I think. I cannot hear you, but that's okay. We love you nonetheless. But yeah, so I mean, that's what we have. That was our plunder for the past 2 weeks ish.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing weekly episodes. Another shout out to everybody. KJ, thank you. I know you're freeze framing, you're beatboxing over there. Robert Behar, you want to throw out your social media, or I know you're going to put up the stills, but you want to give a shout out?
Yeah. You can follow me my vidcast, Bayou City Geeks, on Twitter and Instagram at Bayou City Geeks. I do have some more stuff coming in. I got still a few Christmas gifts that are still being shipped. I got one, but I'm going to show it with the other one I'm waiting. My mom's still waiting for. But my mom came through big time for me. But yeah, go ahead and follow us there, and we should have a new episode up hopefully within the week. So
yep. KJ, do you have anything in the mail coming that we're gonna look forward to?
I've got Death Metal on the way. Cyclonus from the Kingdom line is on the way. I got my Hand Ninjas. I'm gonna finish off that Stiltman. The whole Spiderwave verse is on the way. And also, you can follow me at Black Genghis at Instagram. I'm gonna put some really fun stuff. It's gonna be a blast. As you've seen, all that I showed you, you're gonna see on the gram and maybe elsewhere. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and I want you to join me.
Yep, and I know we're already planning a future episode where we're going to go into dioramas and your awesome art that you've been doing. Hopefully we can get Michael Violet on here too, because he does some awesome photography and some awesome artwork with his figures as well. For me, my Transformers got delayed till June like everybody else. I've ordered them from Amazon. I have stuff coming constantly, so we'll see what comes in over the next 2 weeks. And again, fines. This has been #1 rule of thumb is if you see something at Walmart, scan it. You never know what discounts are going to be there. GameStop constantly posting sales, deals of the day. I mean, we've got a lot of our figs by deals of the day, 20, 30, 40% off figs. Plus, if they're clearance, you get an extra 30% off. So keep an eye out for those. And, this has been a toy kind of mood from me to you, everybody out there. Happy hunting. Enjoy the plunder. Be safe. Toy kind of mood.
Bye.
Peace.